why do you binge? Well, that is a very complex question. To keep this video short, because there's a lot of things I can talk about with binging, because I personally experienced binging for years and years. And I don't know if it's gonna ever go away, the desires to eat food in high quantities. That's usually sweet, but there are salty cravings as well. I don't know if that ever will 100% go away, but the way you handle the binge means everything. It means whether you like yourself, love yourself. It means keeping the body that you've always dreamed of having, earning it and keeping it. Just because you reach your weight loss goal or body physique doesn't mean it's easy to maintain, because it's not. And that could be a whole other video too. So today I'm going to focus in on binging and just really the basics of it. So I'm 35, and I first knew I had a problem with my weight when I was 15. And basically it embarrassed me, made me feel a lot of shame and guilt, and made me feel like I was alone. Because out of all my friends, I was the only fat friend. I was always pretty, but I had a weight problem. I was the chubby one, right? And one day I was out with friends, and long story short, I got embarrassed about my weight, and I promised myself I would do something about it, because I didn't want to ever feel that way ever again. And that was when I was 15, and I'm 35 now. So 20 years, I've kept that promise to myself. Now, there have been many downs, very many. I've been through a lot of depression since then. I'm not going to go into detail about that because it's nothing to do with being overweight. But I'm an emotional eater. And it's not just, I used to be an emotional eater when I was just sad or I had a bad day. I would eat because I was just happy. Because, I feel good. Let me have piece of, candy. That'll make me feel even better. And let me watch down and watch my favorite TV show or movie or just anything like that. I would just eat. If I was bored, I would just eat. Especially if I was upset about something. Gracious, alive, I could do some damage. So binge eating is eating a lot of food without stopping for probably, you can be eating up to an hour. Depends on, I guess, the caloric density of your food. But usually when you binge, you eat on high sugary things. From my experience and hearing from other people, and your stomach can take a lot of that because for a lot of calories, you get a little amount of food. So picture M&Ms. I can eat a whole family-size bag and still be okay and not feel really like, I hate myself for another hour after eating it, or 30 minutes. Anyway, it's a short amount of time. Like after you're done with binging, like you just sit there and it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so full and I feel miserable. Your heartbeat gets faster. The emotional attack on yourself starts to happen. So that's binge eating. And it could be any time of day, any type of mood. My big culprit was when I was alone, I would binge eat. Because I didn't have to explain myself to anybody. Like if I wanted to have an entire pint of ice cream or entire half gallon of ice cream with toppings on it, I could have it without having to feel embarrassed, because I wouldn't eat that much in front of somebody else, because like I said, I would be embarrassed, and I don't want to have to explain why I'm eating so much, because I really couldn't explain it. Like, what would you say? I just had a craving to eat a whole half gallon of ice cream. So that's binging. I'm going to get into detail now. Why do you binge? So, well, I've kind of went over that a little bit. I've never met anyone or even heard of anyone binging when they were content. When they were totally happy with their surroundings, their life, name it. I've never met anybody that would binge that was just okay. And spiritually, emotionally, physically, most of the time it's because you're emotional about something, or you're trying to escape from something, or you're alone. So there's happy eating, binge eating. There's happy, sad, heartbroken, lonely. Did I say happy? I don't remember. Because it's a habit, you know. You may come home every day, watch your favorite TV show, and just eat and eat and eat, because you're not thinking about it. You're in a content place. You're winding down for the day, and you just go. So that could be another reason it's a habit. Why do you, sorry, my phone is not on vibrate. Make sure it wasn't my, my cousin just got her workout in. You go, girl. Let me get back to my notes. I wrote down some footnotes here, so I was just trying to reference them as I talk. So why do you crave sugar when you binge? Well, because sugar makes your brain feel good, right? It releases endorphins, because sugar is just as addicting as cocaine, as any street drug or whatever that's technically called. I'm not sure. But yeah, so look at an MRI scan, and I know there's been research done on if a person eats sugar versus getting high on a drug, it's the same thing. It's the same chemical reaction in your brain. So what happens is you're giving yourself a hit of sugar every day, and then your body craves that. It's an addiction. It is. Don't fool yourself. And so your body needs that high again. So you crave the sugar. And that's essentially what's happening. And breaking a sugar addiction is so bad. Like, you'll have headaches, you'll feel bad, you'll be moody, you'll be fatigued. So there are withdrawals from that, but, and I've experienced it. But now I would do it all over again, because, living your life around the failure of you can't stop eating, that is a terrible way to live, because you can't reach your goals in life because you feel shitty because you binge eat. That's basically what it is. You're giving your potential. Just say, hey, this is my potential in life. I can look like this, feel like this, finally get to where I want to be in life. But because I stay overweight, and because I stay depressed, because I constantly overeat and feel that emotion after I overeat because I let myself down, I'm giving food that power to hold me hostage in chains down here. That's what you're giving your power to. Like I said, this is only if you struggle with binge eating and it's holding you back. So just imagine every time you have a craving and you don't have self-restraint, and you give in, the emotional roller coaster that comes after, that's what you're giving your power to. So instead of you feeling like, hey, like I've withstood, feeling shame and guilt and staying in that depressional state, Imagine if you didn't, how proud you would feel of yourself. And that's what you have to do every day. You have to constantly self-check yourself every day. So what I do, hold on. Let me make sure I get on my, because I'll keep talking and I'll get on a different subject, and I'm trying to keep myself in check here with my notes. All right, so that's some of the negative effects of binge eating and why you crave sugar. And the negative effects of binge eating long term is going to be physically holding you back. Like I said, if you don't want to take pictures, girls, guys, listen, like, you don't see a problem with you not wanting to be in pictures or being out with people because of the way you look. You're not living your life because of the way you look, and that's totally under your control. It is. You have the control to look any way you want. Now, granted, if you're a certain size, if you have a lot of weight, you lose like over 100 pounds, it's going to take a long time. You're going to have that skin. But listen, you know, who you are at being 100 pounds overweight versus who you're going to be when you reach your weight goal after you've lost that 100 pounds. Can you even imagine how proud of yourself and how, like, I can do any freaking thing in the world that I want to do if I lost 100 pounds? That is going to be you. And people are going to be asking how you did it, and they're going to be admiring you because you did one thing they could not do, is take control of your life and say no to the thing that is sabotaging you. So don't let food hold you back from the life of your dreams, because it is holding you back. And it held me back. Thank God. I'm grateful that it didn't hold me back for years and years, that I was young when I woke up. The awakening that I had, I was 15, and now I had the rest of my life I've achieved so much. I've experienced things. I love being in pictures. I want to be the star of the pictures, but I didn't when I was 15. Like I did when I was overweight and had low self-esteem, and I'm a totally different person if I don't like the way I look. I totally am. I do life when I know I'm looking good and I feel better. I just do life so much better, and I'm in control of my life so much more. And then people want to be around you because you're positive and you have a different outlook and mindset about life. That's what you want. That's the kind of life you want. Those are the kind of people you want that you want in your life. The positive people, not the ones that always judge you for everything you do and then you feel guilty about it. You're your own person. So listen, if you're struggling because you can't find that self-control to lose weight, I challenge you, like, just do a week, right? Just do a week of logging your food and promise not to judge yourself. That's another thing. I'm going to end here because I have to go pick up my son from my mom, because I got a babysitter for today. So I love those. I can just do the gym. I can do my meal prep and all that stuff. Anyway, I listed out 3 things that you can start today that is going to really help you take control of your binge eating. And so number 1 is acknowledge that you have a problem, which I just talked about. So I won't go too much into that. And a tip from that point is, if the time of day that you binge, once you acknowledge you have a problem and you realize what times of the day that you binge, you have to change the way you do that time frame. Like if you come home, you take a shower, whatever, and you sit down for dinner, you watch TV, and you eat your dinner, and then you go back for ice cream, and then you go back for M&Ms, and you go back for cereal, or you go back for whatever, fill in the blank. You keep going back. Just say, hey, I get 1 trip and 2 snacks. So I get a bowl of ice cream, a small bowl, not a mixing bowl. Okay, because I've been there, done that. Get a regular bowl, and then I get like a little treat, almost like a 100-calorie thing, and that is it. You're not allowed to go back for seconds. That is it. Try that. That really helped me when I first started, and then I just stopped going for seconds. I just didn't eat sweets at night. But anyway, That's a whole nother video. Number 2 is have a go-to food. I always have something in the house that's sweet but low calories. So, for example, I'll do fat-free whipped cream. I have sugar-free Jell-O, and I'll have a few nuts on there. Or I'll get have some frozen yogurt, or you can have Greek yogurt, mix it with some protein powder, some fat-free whipped cream, and like take a 2 of those, the travel size chocolates. Well, you know, the ones I get about Halloween, and crumble some whatever on there. Crumble it up on top of that. Like, I'll have 100-calorie packs of things, because I know that if I grab 2, if I go back for a second thing, I know it's 200 calories. Like, because I know me, and if I don't measure food out before I eat it, I'm going to say, I'm not going to measure it out, and I'm not going to count it. And then I start seeing, my physique getting a little out of hand, the way my physique gets, how I don't like it. And I know why, because I stopped tracking all my food. So if you're a binge eater, that will help you keep control of how much you're eating and help you acknowledge, holy shit, that was like a lot. I just ate 1,000 calories. Like, that is crazy. And then once you can see how much you're actually eating, this goes into number 3. I'm sorry, I'm jumping this all up. I'm not a YouTube pro, guys. But this transitions into my 3rd one, log all your food, because it makes you aware. So, but when you do this, okay, when you first start out doing this, please, please, please do not judge yourself. Do not allow the guilt to come in. You are doing this because you want to take control, okay? There is a period where, like, you're going to mess up because you're learning. So when you start logging your food, just start, all right? And see how much you're eating, and see how much, like, an online calculator recommends that you have. So my go-to calorie range is around 1,700. And that's me losing a pound a week, and as long as I stay active. But so if I eat 2,000 calories a day, guys, so say I ate like 500 calories breakfast and lunch, and then I don't have anything to eat till I get home, and then I just overdo it, eat, and I eat. Oh, I have a ton of calories left. I eat, and I don't log it. I'm going to overeat every time. And that's where your weight gain is coming from. And especially if you're not active, your body is just storing, guys, because your body doesn't need any extra energy to use, because you're not requiring it to get up and go outside. That requires calories to burn. You're not requiring it to get up and go get your heart rate up like in the gym and work out. Well, what do you expect your body to do if you're not exercising and requiring extra energy to survive? Your body's going to store it because it doesn't need all those extra calories that you're eating. So, and that's another way I've been able to keep my body in check, is because I always work out. So when I have a day to where, like, I mess up and I don't log everything, and I eat a piece of cake or ice cream, whatever, it's not that detrimental because I stay active. That is my life. I'm never not going to work out because I enjoy it, and I enjoy what working out does for me. So I know that this video is a little choppy, but I really hope you got something from it. And one thing I want to leave you with is this life, your life is important. You are so important to this world. And there's somebody, even some people that need you. They need you, okay? And if you can't feel full and happy each day, how are you going to help anyone else? How are you going to be there for somebody who is going through something in their life, and you can't lift them up because you can't even lift yourself up? You can't even do for yourself. You can't do good things for yourself that are so healthy, and that make you feel good, okay, and look good. How do you expect to do life at 100% when you're at 50%, baby? You gotta step it up. You can do more. We can always do more than we think we can do, okay? And I don't know the quote on this, but I heard somewhere, and I even read it a few times, that our brains only function at a certain percent. And there's so much of our brain that we don't even tack into because like we just don't force ourselves to think like that. This is a very rough expression of that quote, but that is us. God made us to do amazing things with our lives, but we're holding ourselves back. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle and towards the end of their goal. You're not there. You are where you are right now. So a comparison is another thing, and I'm getting on a tangent. But anyway, I love you guys, and please, this video came off because it was requested that I talk about binging. So if you have any issue, God, I can't think. If you have any topics you want me to cover, I've experienced pretty much everything in life. I've been divorced. I've been depressed from that. I've binge eat. I've been 200 pounds. Now I'm about 150 pounds. I've maintained that for years. I'm a body competitor. I'm not competing this year, but I did compete in 2015, and I competed last year. I know the extremes of dieting. I know more towards like a balance of dieting. I'm a personal trainer, certified in nutrition. So I'm a mom. So if you have any questions about really anything, because I really want to help you guys and gals, let me know in the comments. I'm not really that savvy at YouTube yet, but I'm going to get there. But I just really appreciate you guys for listening in. Love you. Talk to you soon.